Good morning, my friends. It's morning here. I hope you're having a good day, and no matter what time of day it is when you're watching this video, welcome to my channel. This is Sheree, and I'm doing a flip through of this little journal today. So cheers to whatever time it is. Got my coffee there, my little happy face mug, smiley face. Can you see that? Got that at a thrift store, of course. Anyway. And I shared a little short of a new mug I got. I was in hunt. I was in hunt. I was hunting for a Snoopy coffee mug, and I finally found a really nice one at Ross. So I got it. It was a good, decent price too. Nice mugs are not cheap these days, and I think I paid either $4.99 or $5.99 for that one, something like that. Anyway, it's really nice and I love it. And I put a picture of it or a short in my short videos here on YouTube. So here's the first little journal I finished. This is one of the ones I started when I was in Florida, and I want to go ahead now and finish those up as I am also getting out my Halloween things, stash, craft supplies to make some Halloween junk journals so stay tuned for those. But here is how this turned out. It's really adorable. It's one of the little golden books, so it's, see my hand? These are not the what about 6x7 ones? This is the first little golden books. This is one of those, and it's 5 inches wide by 6 inches tall. I've got a little ribbon closure here that matches the cover. There's lots of colors in this cover, but Dumbo, this is Dumbo, and he has pink ears. I thought it looked nice with him. Here it is without the closure. I've got a little flower, like a little applique flower there, and pink gingham trim. This is blue, navy blue and white stripe. You can see my pink thread there. That is 2 signatures sewn in. The back was kind of, I don't remember now. It's been a few weeks since I've done this already. But I put a page on the back because I didn't like whatever was on the back. Maybe some writing, maybe a little, worn or grungy, whatever it was. I put a page from the book on the back, so I think that turned out super, super cute. You can see that same ribbon there. And all my little paper clips, decorated paper clips, are clipping something in. And I have a little bow that is removable. It's got 2 pieces of ribbon in it. So it's kind of like a little spine decoration there. Super cute. And so let's get started. I also have a little charm here hanging, a little floral or flower charm there hanging from one of the pages, just paper clipped on. So as we open up, these were plain inside, and I remember I started these in Florida, and I only took some basic supplies with me just to get these covers started. I didn't take a whole lot with me. So I had taken some cardstock with me, and I think this book had a little bit of writing in it. So I covered the front and back covers with this pretty cardstock I had with me that you see in the background here. And I fussy cut a little Dumbo from one of the pages. So I put him there to decorate the inside of the cover. You can see that same fabric and ribbon there. And let's get started with the pages. So, like I said, 2 signatures. And here, this is scrapbook paper. Just some pretty, this is the scrapbook papers that I showed you that I wanted to use up in my summer journals. I did use some of that in here. So I'm still trying to use that up. A couple of playing cards. This one's cool because you can decorate it as you wish. And there's nothing on the back. It almost looks homemade, but it's not. I did find them at a thrift store. I don't know where. I think they were probably at a gift shop somewhere. I just don't know where. And I think I might have gotten them at a gift shop. I just don't remember where. Like in traveling or whatever. And then here's a little card here. So those are clipped in this first little clip here. This is some of my, and here I use some of my tie-dye paper. So by tie-dye paper, I just used, to dye them the colors, I used the tie-dye dye. So that's why they are this color, from tie-dye ink. And then there's a pocket on this side, a little, one of my serial number tags, a little scrappy tag, or a scrappy journaling card here, sewn around. And then this is a little scrappy notebook. Let me just add up a few little scraps, and these can always be taken apart. Most of these that I make, I just put 2 little staples there, so you can take them out and use the pieces if you want, or write on it, like do a little fun journaling on one of these little scrappy notebooks. Just, you can write this way, or you can turn it and write this way. Make a little, you know, write your little story on each page. This first page is, it is paper, yeah, so let's just scrap of paper in this one. And so then these, I lightly decorated these, and these are going to be very inexpensive. So they're kind of lightly decorated or almost blank journals for these. But I put little things in here for you to decorate, and you will see that in a moment. So here's the rest of the pages from the book that I didn't like use, you know, like on the back cover, fussy cut one, I put in the book, so you'll see those in here. Here's some coffee dyed paper. This is a dyed book page, dyed pink. There's a cute little Dumbo pages from the book. This is some scrapbook paper that is coffee dyed on the back. That is also some paper that I think is really pretty, and I'm, you know, I kind of just got it out. I thought, let me try to use up, because I have them cut in this shape already, this rectangular shape. I think I had cut them for another book and didn't use them, so I'm also trying to use up some of those in these little books, because as you can see, they're the perfect size. Little Dumbo page there. This is a time card. Oh no, this is a receipt, like a guest check that I had. Got some of these a while ago, and it's from an Italian restaurant. They're very cool. You can see it says Buona Fortuna right there, and you have some pretty colors and lines to write on, or if you want to glue something on there and use this as a background, a little collaging or something, really pretty. And then here I have clipped one of my little tags that's made from a game card. This one says drum on it, and I just made little tags out of those. And then I have, let's see, what do I have going on here? Oh, this, trying to figure out. I have, let me see, okay. Oh, this is what I did, okay. Yeah, this page is a piece of scrapbook paper, and the edges I didn't cut off. I folded over. That's why I was trying to figure out what I did here. I folded over so I wouldn't have to cut them off, and it puts a little color on this side, which is the white side of the scrapbook paper. So that's another paper I was trying to use up that I had shown you before with the other school journals. And here's the other side of that with that strip folded over, and it's glued down. A little flashcard there, little kind of activity, school-related spelling type flashcard. Here's the other side of that guest check. So this guest check has 2 layers. So you can see I put it in the signature as a page, and then the top layer here is a little flip out. So you have room here and, you know, on the back, on this side, and on this side. And then, so this is the back half of that first signature. And then here's that tie-dye paper with, this is a photo, actual photo that I made into a journaling card. All these photos that I have, my mom actually took these pictures. So, yeah, I put one in there. And then she took the pictures as they were traveling around when they used to travel a lot. And my mom would take a lot of scenic pictures. So what I did was they were 4x6. I cut them in half and rounded the corners. And they make the cutest little journaling cards. And then here's a floral journaling card made out of cardstock. And then here's one of my little Donald Duck journaling cards made from a comic book. So we got 3 cards in there. And then the back of this signature is a flip out. And then we start the second signature. Here's a little charm I have clipped here that I just showed you at the beginning. And then on the back of this, a little flip up with some pretty scrapbook paper. And then this is some more tie-dye paper. This signature has a pink piece with a pocket. And then in here, I have a few pieces. This is a recipe card. It has writing space or journaling space on the back. Let me make sure there's nothing else in here. No, okay. Because I put some little pieces in here too. This is a little book page. It's sewn around. Book page tag. And then it has a pretty daisy on it. And here's a little piece of cardstock, or it's not chipboard. But it's good thick cardstock. Little decorating piece of ephemera that you can use to put somewhere. I mean, I could have glued it down somewhere, but I thought whoever gets this might enjoy picking the spot for that. This is some computer stationery that I coffee dyed. It's got pretty colors here with shades of yellow and little light purple dragonflies, coffee dyed on the back. Here's the actual title page from the book. The year is something like 1988, it looks like. So it is a vintage book, of course. This is a book page, and this is another time card. Well, that was a guest check, like I said. This is a time card here, and then page from the book. This is some more. This is scrapbook paper that I have coffee dyed, and some lined paper, and I think that's also coffee dyed. This is a page here. This is the center of the signature, and then on the back I have clipped a little. These are actually little stickers that I have, and this one I put cardstock on the back so it could be a little mini journaling spot. And then this I did the same thing. I folded the edges over so you could have a little color, little price tag here, and then. So this is the back half of this second signature. There's the time card, the book page, dragonflies. In this pocket I have, let's see. I want to make sure I got all that. I put little pieces in here, so I want to make sure I got them all out of the pockets. But I put some note paper in here. So this is the note paper that I made out of, some, note paper I picked up at thrift stores, and I added little stickers to them to decorate them a little bit. And they make really nice little journaling spots that you can write on, and then you could even put a picture on there if you want to use that as a background, and then glue it down somewhere, or put it back in a pocket, whatever you want to do. And then this is a little button card I put in here for you. Added a little ribbon at the top, but it's a little vintage button card. This is just how I got it, except it had a few extra little staples in here. I think, if I remember right, that either I took them out or this is the way it was. But yeah, anyway, I think it's super cute. And you can decorate that, use it as a tag. You could put some paper on the back if you wanted. You could glue it down and make a tuck spot, just whatever you want to do. And then here's another decorating piece that says a magical day, so you'll put that down somewhere and use it as a decorating piece. Little embellishment, a flip out here, and then I used one of these pockets that I had picked up at Hobby Lobby, if you saw that, where I showed you in a Thrifty Thursday. I think it looks super cute. It's just like the perfect journal for it and the perfect spot for it here. I did add a little ephemera piece right here in the corner, and then in here I have a couple little pieces. So a library card and a little banner or flag here that you could write on. You could make it a little label, decoration, whatever you want, but it is tucked right in here for someone. And that's a journal. So what I thought we'd do now is go ahead. I have a little coin envelope here, and I thought we could pick out some pieces from my Your Creative Studio box and put in here for you to be able to decorate a little bit more. So I'm going to pick out some things from here and fill up this envelope for this journal's goodie pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and just pick something out of each little thing in here. I'm not going to even really, take too much time on it. Just whatever I randomly pick out. There's a mushroom. Oh, that looks cute right on that envelope. And then, let's see. I'll put that inside. This is a Post-it note here. Let me get a couple of these. And this is a shell-related little box that I had received from Your Creative Studio. It's a vintage shell theme. You can see a shell right there. I'm going to put these on the front of it since they're Post-it notes. I don't want them to get stuck inside. I think they might be okay there. And then stick this inside. I think that'll fit. Yeah, so I'll have the links. Pick something out of there, pick something out of there. And I'll pick out the links and put them in my description box. So yeah, let's get a couple of these. These are just little papers. So I'm going to fold these so they'll fit. I won't crease it too much there, and I think that'll fit in here. I'm going to see how much we can get in here. So a couple of papers. Yeah, I've got all these papers came with it. And then I'm going to go ahead and set, I think I already put some of these in one of the little goodie packs that I did this with before for another journal. So this is the rest of the stickers, shell stickers. I'm going to stick those in there. And let's see, there we go. And let's see, what else do I have in here? Some of these are little recipe cards. This is the last stamp. I've given away all the stamps. So let me see if that'll fit in there. This is just packaging, and there's some fun goodies in here. Let's see what's in here. Oh yeah, there's some fun things in here. I'm just going to randomly grab out a couple of things, maybe a few things. Got a little ticket of some sort there. A little label with lines on it that you can write on. These all need glue. They're not stickers. And let me see, what else do we have here? A little number. Let me get one more thing, whatever little piece of ephemera there. So several things that can be used to decorate something, page, whatever, piece of paper, a little card. Maybe you have some index cards you want to put something on, or just a random scrap piece of paper. This is the actual last piece I have from, I think I've given away all of the actual wrapper that was around this, which I think this is really, really pretty. So I'm going to put that in there. Getting full, getting tight in here. I think I can still get a few more pieces in here. And then, let's see, this is just the card. I can go ahead and put that in there. And you can decorate that. It's nice and cardstocky, so that's a nice piece of, this is the Post-it from the outside. So let's see what I have left in the box. This, oh, only one little sticker here. We gotta go ahead and put that in there. Let me cut it out of this is just the extra paper where there was stickers on here. Let me cut it out of here, and then it'll fit in this envelope. They're a pretty piece of, this is a sticker. So yeah, that'll fit. We'll get that in there. We'll get it in there. And then this is the last little strip of stickers I have to put in here. So this is pretty big. Let me, let's see. Yeah, half of it won't even, see if I cut it in half, it still won't fit in there. So I'm going to cut it like this way. Let me see. Let me cut it in half this way. And then I'm going to see if I can just kind of fold it. See, here's a strip right here. See how the strips are? So I'll fold it in between the strips, I think. That's what I'm thinking anyway. It'll fold in between the strips, and then it'll fit in there. Yeah. Okay. Yep, got it in. Okay, let's see, we got all of that in there. Let's see what I didn't get in there yet. A couple of labels. So let's see, we've got, let me put a blue one, and there's blue, red, and green. Is that what the colors are? I think, well, let's put one of each. Let's put one of each. One of each color. Blue, red, and green. Because there's red in the cover, too. So, yeah, all the colors. Okay. Those. We can always get one more thing in here, can't we? Yep, it's getting rather packed. But, oh, this somehow didn't get in there. And then the last thing, oh, two more things. So a couple of these are little postage stickers, very colorful. Yeah, if you go, do look at these. If you look at the website, don't forget I have a coupon if you decide to get something, Sheree. My coupon is Sheree Brown. I think you get 10% off your order. And, oh, this is already open. That's why I can't open it. Yeah, you get 10% off your total order. So if you do decide to get something, just use my order. And if you go to the website, if you wouldn't mind clicking on my links, that would be awesome, because then they know, I think they can tell, even if you just click on my link, that you came from my channel, and that, you know, helps me. And then if you buy something and use my coupon, of course, that they know, because it's my name especially. Okay, let's get a couple of these little recipe advertisement type things. So here's one. Let's get some different ones. Here's another one. Spaghetti with Hunt's tomato sauce. And then the third one, we'll try to get 3 in there. What is that? Mazola oil. Mazola oil. So we're going to fold these up. Let's see. I think if we just fold them in half, we'll be able to get them in there. And don't worry about if you get this and it's creased. Just unfold it and just go with it. Don't let it bother you if it's creased, because I've done that before, and believe me, you won't even, if there is a crease in it, you won't even notice it later on. You know what I mean? For real. I've done that with pages, refolded them and things, and you don't even really notice or notice if there's a crease in something like, oh, well, I think it is getting a little packed here. I'm having trouble getting this in here. I'm determined, though. I am determined. Here we go. And then here's this. This came off, so I might try to put these inside. We'll see. And then I'm going to include this, too. I don't think that'll fit in there. It's a lighthouse rubber stamp. So there you go. Let's see. These are not going to stay on the outside. Let's see if I can get these on the inside. Yes, yes. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? So that's quite packed in the little envelope. I got lots of goodies in there for you. So whoever gets this will get all of these goodies with it. And I think that's it. Stay tuned for the next little one, our little ones that I finish. And, you know, I like to do one at a time, so I just like to focus and make sure, you know, and things like that. And so thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. I did get a happy mail that I'd like to share at some point, so stay tuned for that. And I'm going to show you, I have some things from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to show you what I accomplished in the last couple of weeks, crafting behind the scenes too, at a certain next few videos. So stay tuned for that, because I've been having a lot of fun behind the scenes, just doing stuff. You know what I did, you know, like what I've shown you before. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Hope you have a great day.